Hi, my name is Michael Bird. I'm the children's minister at Cedar Ridge Christian Church. Thank you for taking the time to look over this video and learn a little bit more about teaching in Kids Zone. You know, at a pool, there are rules that kids have to follow all the time. There's rules like no dunking, no running on the sidewalk, no horsing around when you're playing. And the fact is that kids love to go to public pools. They always are there and they always know what's expected when they get there. It's not because of the rules that they quit going to the pool. In Kids Zone and in teaching in church in general, it's the same with kids. They're looking for consistency. They're looking for the rules that they need to be able to follow. And then classrooms will have a lot more order. We want Kids Zone to be a place where kids are having the best day of their week. And in order to do that, we need to have order and we need to have consistency in the class. So in this video, we're gonna go over 3 key things that we do every week in Kids Zone. Kids love consistency. Kids love having the same teacher. If you've been around me at all, you know that when I ask you to volunteer in Kids Zone, I always ask you if you would be willing to work every week with the kids. There's a lot of reasons that I do that, but one of the biggest reasons is because I do it and I know that it is so much more fun to be able to know the kids that are coming in and the kids know you, the consistency is there, and kids just have a better time. Now, in all of our campuses, we have different situations and we have different people that have different schedules, and sometimes working every week just does not work. And that's why these 3 things on consistency that we're gonna go through are so important. Because every teacher, even if they're not the same teacher every week, they should have the same rules going into each class every time. We start on time. Every week, we're gonna make sure that all of our classes are started on time. Our pre-games are designed for 2 reasons. 1, when new students are coming in, they feel comfortable about what's going on. In a pre-game time, you're playing games with the kids, you're talking to the kids, asking them how their week is gone, just things like that. It's very easy going. There's not a lot of lesson going on, but the point is that we need to start on time. So if the class starts at 9:30, then generally your pregame is going to start at about 9:25, somewhere in there. That way you have a little time before class even starts where you're getting warmed up and the pregame is just some songs and some stuff like that. And then you've got about 10 minutes where you're actually talking to the kids and working with them, 10 to 12, sometimes 15 minutes, to where you are just in the pregame setting. We are going to go over the rules that we have for the kids, and we do this in a very simple way in Kids Zone. We have a slide that is going to show up on the screen that is going to be a Safety Sam rule or a character that is going to give us the rules, and the rules are the same every time.
The first one is listen to teachers, and it's really just as simple as that. We want all children to listen to teachers. The second one is we never want the kids to remove their name tags. Keep the name tags on at all time. The third rule is put others first, and that means treating others the way you want to be treated. And the fourth rule is just make a new friend. We really want every guest to feel very welcome in Kids Zone.
The third point of consistency is discipline. This discipline method comes straight from our handbook, and it's simply this. We're going to try to redirect the child on the first offense. So if you have a child that is causing a problem, please do not yell at them. Do not, from the stage, call them out or try to embarrass them. That is not what we want to do. What we want to do is get on eye level with that child, and this is the first time that something's going on. And we just want to say, hey, what's going on, and how can I help you? How can I redirect you to a different activity? If we're in pregame, it might be a good idea, they're fighting with another child. Hey, let's get away from the Lego table and go over, and play a video game with me or whatever. Or if they're in the middle of worship, then it's all right to just talk to them a little bit and say, hey, this is how I do the actions. And then you're showing them how to do actions. Just a simple redirect. The next thing that happens, and this is if a child is consistently causing a problem, then we're going to have timeout. And timeout works like this. Basically what you want to do is, again, get on eye level with the child and say, hey, we've already talked once and we've already got you involved in something else, but now we're going to have to do timeout. And what timeout means is that you're going to take that child back into a different area of the classroom, whether it's a chair or an X that's on the back of the classroom, just somewhere different that they know that they're in timeout. We recommend at least 1 minute for every age that child is. So if they're 9 years old, then that's 9 minutes of timeout. And during timeout, they need to know a couple of things, need to be very clear. They're in timeout because of the behavior, and you need to point out the behavior and how that behavior did not follow the rules that we went over. The second thing is, once they've been in timeout, the next protocol, the next thing that we're going to do is they're going to have to leave the classroom and go with their parents. And this is something that we don't want to happen ever, because that's a bad thing for our whole ministry. But also what we don't want to happen is that one child is causing all the other children to have a bad time. And so that's why this procedure is in place. Now, if it comes to this, if the child is still disrupting and causing a problem after they've already been in timeout, then we need you to find an experienced captain or a staff member through Kids Zone that is back in your area. Somebody should be there, and basically just tell them what's going on and hand off the child. At this point, they'll make the call there. They're going to call the parents, or they're going to sit out with the child and talk to them, but they know that you've already had at least two problems with this child, and you've taken the appropriate action, and now it's come to this. Again, we don't want this to happen, and what we don't want in discipline, and even if it is your own child, we do not want anybody yelling from the stage or yelling at any point of the child. Obviously, there's no spanking or anything like that. We're not going to do that at church, and that's just the rules that we have to follow. So we have 3 things that are going to keep us consistent all the time. We're going to start on time. We're going to make sure that every class is starting on time. And we are going to go over our safety SAM rules or whatever character rules that we have that day. And we're going to be consistent and disciplined. You can know that the teacher before you in this class had those 3 procedures. And you can know the teacher after you is going to have those 3 procedures. KidZone.tv Ministries wants to partner with you, the volunteer, and with parents to help children embrace a growing relationship with Jesus Christ. By you being here and by you following the rules and doing your job in Kids Zone, it's a huge part. It really is. And by you going through the lesson is a huge part. It really is. But honestly, what really matters is that you care about the kids. And that's obvious. And thank you so much for all you do, because your relationship with the kids is going to make KidZone.tv Ministries awesome. And so I just wanted to thank you very much for doing what you do. Hopefully these 3 things of consistency will help in the classroom. And if you do follow these 3 things, it will help over time to become a very consistent protocol in the classroom, just like the pool is. Where kids go to a public pool, they know what to expect. The kids that come into Kids Zone Ministry should know what to expect. Thank you and have a great day.